Hi, welcome to Corralling the Crazy. I'm Jennifer Burgess. I started Corralling the Crazy to help people with chronic autoimmune disease simplify and hopefully improve the quality of life that they are living. I decided to start doing these little just short chats on Tuesdays just because there are some topics that I think about that aren't really long enough for a blog post or for something like that, but I still think they're kind of interesting. And if you think so, then please comment. If you want me to stop, just comment stop. So today I wanted to talk about productivity, and the reason is because I think for many people, when they hear that word, especially people with chronic autoimmune disease, it just makes you feel tired and inadequate. And why is that? And part of that is because the definition of productivity is all about work. How much work is accomplished in a particular work environment over a particular period of time? How efficient is production in terms of input and output? And it just sounds like work, work, work. And work sounds exhausting and overly busy, especially if you're walking around every day feeling like you're swimming through mud. So pre-autoimmune disease, and I always say pre-AD, I was very productive. I'm a veterinarian, and I was very busy, and mostly I was loving it, loving my life, loving everything I was doing. But I worked too much, and I wasn't taking care of myself, so it was one of the reasons that I wound up sick. I loved it so much that I didn't do what I needed to do to make sure that I was healthy. And that is a pattern that has unfortunately repeated itself a few times because I seem to be kind of slow at learning this. And you know what I mean. If you've got it, you've probably done this a few times yourself. So something had to change, and I decided that I would change the way that I was thinking about productivity, the way I defined it. I wanted to focus on outputs instead of just working. So what I did was I changed what I considered an output. So instead of it just being how many emails and phone calls and jobs I got done on a particular day, I started thinking in terms of relationships and knowledge and learning and personal and professional growth. And I wanted to align my productivity to the priorities that I was saying were my priorities in my life. And if you do that, then you won't feel quite so exhausted or intimidated just by the word itself, or by the processes that you need to try to get these things into your life. So now I stop doing work, paid or unpaid, in home, outside of home, whatever it is, cleaning house, anything like that. At certain times, I set up blocks to do these things so that I will stop and I will put time into the relationships with my family. Or, I sit down and I watch TV, or I read a book, or, I work on a passion project or something that I want to do. And that has really helped in terms of my mental and physical health. And I do believe that this is necessary, that especially with chronic autoimmune disease, that you keep a balance in your life of these things. And try to start looking at productivity as, what you're putting into your relationships, what you're putting in to create a nice environment in your home, what you're putting into yourself. And I would say that is 100% necessary, because if you aren't taking care of yourself, then you can't take care of anyone else. Thanks for listening to my brain fog ramblings, and have a good rest of your day, and remember to give yourself some grace.